G'day legends, Mick here from Fin to Fin again. I'm doing a video on duckweed. Seems to be a fair few videos out on this, and most of them, all I hear is everyone hates duckweed. I've had a few different thoughts on duckweed. I've got it on, well, I should say, pretty much every tank I have some duckweed. Some tanks more than others, obviously. Some tanks it grows more than others, and some tanks the fish eat it. I just put a little bit in here with the angelfish, a little handful, so there's only a few pieces, but that'll be gone soon. They generally eat it, so there's never any in this tank. But I've had tanks where it gets, never have it in the cichlids. It doesn't survive in there, so I can only assume they eat it. I do have tanks where it gets out of control. So these are shrimp tanks. As you can see, it does get a little bit too much in some tanks, so that's too thick for me. But I actually like duckweed. I actually don't mind it, so it will always be something I keep. I reckon it helps with the water quality. And I just think it's about getting the right amount though. I think you can easily get, obviously because it grows so easy, you can easily get overrun with it. So I'm just trying to get what it looks like under the water, but I've just got so much other pondweed in there that it gets very difficult to see. Obviously, you get your little roots that come down, very difficult for me to see it. There's some there, but fry can still hide in it. The water quality in the tanks that I've got duckweed is better. I think the water's clearer. I can only assume, like a lot of plants, it removes the nitrates or helps assist with stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not sure why everyone hates it as much as they do. It's not hard to take it out of the tank. It's not hard to take a scoop out every now and then. It's actually brilliant to feed to your goldfish. So if you keep goldfish, you just grab a bit like that. So it's free food for them. Walk out here. It's a hot day today. And I'll drop it in like that. And the goldfish destroy it. So that won't be there in 5 minutes. So that tub of goldfish will come and eat that. Easy. So free food, and probably good for them as well, instead of just feeding the same old stuff all the time. So a bit of variety. So it's free food if you're a goldfish keeper. Keep lots of goldfish. I would think you'd definitely be happy to have duckweed in your tanks. As you see, I've already put some in all the tanks that'll be in this little nursery room. I'll just have some floating in all the tanks. I'll make sure they all have a little bit in on, just to help with water quality. No harm, easy to take out, scoop it out, feed it to the goldfish. I think it actually looks alright. Anything green in your tanks I think looks good. And when it gets out of control, this tank here had heaps in it, so I just scooped the heap out and fed it to the goldfish the other day, and they ate it all, so they got a free feed. Didn't have to feed them for the day. So yeah, I would love to get some comments. Those people that don't like it, I could understand maybe in an aquascape tank you probably wouldn't want it to take over when you're really looking at you know how those people set up their tanks. They look pretty awesome, and I can understand they want the light to get in, because it probably can block the light a bit if you let it get too thick, and just like that is fine. To me that's fine. There's not much on there. If there's a downfall, it's when the water level drops. It sticks to the sides like that, and it's not hard to just wipe that off, but when you've got a lot of tanks I don't probably do that. But yeah, other than that, I think it's actually pretty good. It's got some pros, and I'm sure it's got some cons. Everyone's different, I guess, in what they like and what they don't like. Yeah, you'll do well to find a tank with no duckweed in it here. And generally, if there is no duckweed, it's because the fish have eaten it. So obviously, some fish will destroy it, and some, you know, whatever they like. Here's a good. So there's some duckweed in there, just floating along the top. The fry can go up and hop in that duckweed, hide in there, and just sit in there. Yeah, so there you go. So this was just a real quick video. I'm really interested in why it gets so much attention, good and bad, but I would say 90% bad. And I just don't understand it. It's not hard to remove. You might always end up with one piece left in there and it grows again, but it's not hard to keep the tank clear of it if you do have it. So it'll make it sound like it's impossible to get it under control, but I've got a few tanks with none in there and I didn't want it in, and it was quite simple. So yeah, so there you go, duckweed. I've got plenty of it and I will continue to have plenty of it. I have had periods where I thought, is it annoying me? That's when I had it real thick in all the tanks, so I'll try to actually get rid of a bit. But I think now I've found that right balance where you just have a little bit, and I just throw the net in and scoop out little bits and pieces if it gets too much. So you only ever got, you know, smaller amounts. Like, there's not a lot in there, just a few bits and pieces. It'll no doubt grow from that. So you just pull some out if you don't want it in there. I'll put some azalea in some of these as well. A different, so it's not duckweed, but I guess it has the same kind of effect. A little bit more of a root system on the bottom of that stuff. That comes down a lot lower. So, but the fish will eat it probably anyway, picking at it. I don't think it's going to survive the guppies, to be fair. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, please leave a comment what you think of duckweed. If you like it, if you hate it, if you don't mind it, if it annoys you. Yeah, be very curious to know, or any other uses people use for it. I feed the goldfish with it all the time, and my goldfish are looking brilliant, big and healthy, so certainly can't complain. Yeah. Anyway, it's hot today, so I was bored, and I was thinking of duckweed. So yeah, I think it's cool. Anyway, let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts. What tanks, what fish love it, why some don't, why you don't, why you do. We're very curious to see what other people's thoughts are on it and why it gets such a bad rap. But, other than that, legends, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.